Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to explore creating a clay puppet.
Hey everyone! Sounds like you've been really inspired by puppets. Now it's time to go from paper puppets like me to clay puppets, where we can look at things like texture and just using fun stuff like clay. So what do we do to get started?
Well, you're going to choose one of these stencils and grab a ball of clay. I'm going to need a lot of clay for this. A lot. So I'm going to really work my artist muscles and spend a lot of time trying to get this clay all together, adding some water, and I'm wedging this clay. When you wedge clay, you compress it so that all the air comes out. When little air pockets get trapped in clay, it ends up expanding in the kiln and exploding. So it's important for us to wedge this clay and eventually get a nice basketball round piece that's going to be enough clay to make a thick clay puppet. I'm using my artist muscles in my hand. This takes a lot of time and a lot of muscles. I have a cool texture plate here that I'm going to plan to use to stamp my clay onto and try to pick up some of these cool textures. And I'm going to keep rolling my clay. You might not have a rolling pin, but if you do, you can carefully roll it onto your texture plate. And of course, it's important to take turns so everyone has a chance. And once you get it wide enough for your stencil to fit on, then you can carefully place your stencil on. And make sure that it's thick enough, thick like a pizza, thick like a cookie. And I'm going to use my helper hand to hold this in place. And now I'm just using this template, this stencil as a guide. I'm not cutting my piece out exactly to this template, but I'm just using it as an example. And I'm going to take away these extra pieces of clay and plan to roll those into a nice basketball round piece later on. See how thick this clay is? Looks like I picked up some cool patterns and textures on the back here. And I want to make sure that everything is thick and sturdy so it doesn't fall apart very easily. Next time I'll plan to add some more details. Today I'm just focusing on getting the shape of this figure right. And I'm making sure that it's nice and thick so it doesn't fall apart. Next time I'm going to add some details, but let's make sure this is pizza thick today. And we'll talk about creating some details next time. Lastly, make sure that you have a nice thick piece, and then you're going to write your initials. Write your name or your initials, the first letter of your name, first letter of your last name, so that we know who this belongs to next time you join us in art. I'm so excited to see your puppets. I can create a clay puppet. Have fun!